So in this video, we're going to do the system software and compiler lab, in which we're going to do the third experiment, which is simulation of microprocessor. So first, let's get into the code. So first we include the header files, which is the stdio.h, string.h, and std library.h. Then after that we write the get line, the processing. We input the get line, the processing, define, expand the star output and the star input, which will be the input of the microprocessor code, and output will be uh, the program for the output of the input code. Then after that we define the character, label, opcode and operand, the character line, the integer, name count equals 0 and definition count equals 0, expanding the current. Then after that we create a structure which is named as code, define a character name as name, size 10 and start and end, and again we define uh, structure defined structure named as define tab. We define a character macro line size of 25 and might define table as 25. After that we define the structure argument tab, then character argument and my argument tab. After that we have the main function. Within the main function we do the expanding. We put the expanding value as 0 and and we display this as C program of macro opcode assembler. So we have the input equals f open to open the file. Within that we read the file, and output equals f open output.txt and w, which is for writing. So after that we have the getLine function. Within that we have while string compare opcode comma n is not equals to 0. So if it's not equals to 0, opcode not equals to 0, so it will get into the line while condition, and within that we have the processing and getLine. So then we have f print output in successive lines. Then we have printf expand output file has been successfully created, which will be displayed. Then we return 1 in order to terminate the process. If we write 0, it will be the process will be continuing. Within that we have the void getLine function, and in getLine function we have the we define character word 1 as size 10, word 2 as 10, word 3 10, and buffer as 10. So we, we write the int count equals 0, I and j equals 0. So in within the if condition we write expanding string copy line my define tab curve dot macro line. Within the if condition, if it expanding, if the expanding will be like value is uh, uh, like greater than 0, so it will get inside this expanding function, which will string uh, which is the string compare, and within that we have the line my definition tab and curve plus plus will be incremented, and within that file, which is the micro lab, else it will get to the fget line 20 and input. After that we have the for uh, within for we write I equals 0 line I, which is line is not equal to blank space, and I plus plus. If line I encounters any blank spaces, the buffer will be incremented and it will be given to the line I. Else it will buffer j will be having a space, and string copy word 1 word 3 comma word 2 string compile word 2 to word 1, and so on. After that we have the switch case. Within Within the switch case, we have three cases, which is string compare opcode word 1, then break, and then string copy opcode word 2, string copy operand word 1, then break, and string copy label word, string copy opcode word 2, string copy operand word 1. Then after that we have the word processing. Within word processing, we initialize the I values and for loop, which is I equals 0, I is less than name count I plus plus. If not equals, if not string compare opcode equals my code I dot name. Then if it is expanded, it will return, or else if it will get into the if condition, which will compare the opcode of the micro. Then it will be defined. Within the void define, we define the level I equals 0, j equals 0, k equals 0, and character param 5 and 9. So within the while condition, if while operate I is not equals to blank spaces, so it will get to the if condition. If operand is I is not equal to blank spaces, is not equal to comma, then it will the k will be incremented, and it will and for k will be incremented for operand I. Else j will be incremented along with a blank space. For the getLine function, we have if operand 0 is not equal to blank space, and for I equals 0, I is less than 3, I plus plus. If not, compared operand comma param I. So for void expand, again we initialize I and n equals 0, j equals 0, k equals 0, expanding one in integer as argument equals 0. So fprint output line for I is 0, I is less than name count I plus plus. If not equal string compare opcode my code I dot name. So current equals my code champ dot star. So within the while condition, we are like checking operand I is not equal to blank space. So if it doesn't encounter any blank space, it will go to the if condition, where it will check for the comma. Else it will else the that my argument will be incremented. Then finally we have the while condition, that CURL end. So while cur is less than and minus 1, so it will get inside while condition, which is the get line. If operand 0 is equals question mark, it will string compare operand comma my argument tab dot arg operand 1 uh, 0. Then it will print the output, the labels, the opcode, and the operand. So let's check the code. Let's run the program. So the first one is we gonna input the files, the data in the name as uh, input.txt. So we have the code for the microprocessor. So this is the input, and the output for the program for that microprocessor is this. So what we have defined here at the top of the program, which is the input and the output. So it's basically taking the input values, processing it, uh, processing the microprocessor code, and giving us the output. So thank you for watching this video.